Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, check that. Go!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
You look at this Carolina defense.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This one complete. It's Devon Vele.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. To throw, here's Nix.
The quick slant caught, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Marvin Mims,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he'll get this to the 32. This defense for the Broncos, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He gets this to Davante Adams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Slot man moves right.
Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's Stafford. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. A run now for the rookie out of Georgia.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at this little drive brewing right here.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Hey, 70! Omaha, ready, loose! Come on!
Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
You look at this Bronco defense.
They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here's Brooks.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now it's Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Brandon Jones picking it off. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Ready up!
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Panthers 0.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Here we go, set!
Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Broncos.
Marvin Mims.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Stafford.
That's the rookie first-round pick, and Xavier Legette.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Etienne once more. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Screenplay, here's Etienne.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
But in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
40 got.
Stafford now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Nix to the air.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Throwing Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man. and broke the play up.
Back to the air with Nix. And this is Sutton making the catch on a comeback route.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
He finds his man, complete. It's Harvey. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Here's Nix.
That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And some room to maneuver.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this 2nd half.
And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the 2nd half will commence from the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Monday. Hey, 22.
Now Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
Like 7.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play. Well, you hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead and take it into the end zone rather than deal with him again.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make it 24-7.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Harvey.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Set. Hey, 54. Look at him.
To throw is Stafford.
That one complete to Leggett.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Panthers first down.
Back to throw, Stafford. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Middle.
Throwing is Stafford.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Omaha, ready, 32.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver.
50. Alert!
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Alert!
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Double right.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 15.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harvey. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a give, right side. It's Harvey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
To throw is Nix.
It's caught by Bryant.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
To throw, here's Nix.
Got a man here, it's Bryant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Harvey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Now it's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Evan Ingram, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Now it's Stafford. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harvey. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
26-yard line.
They'll run on first down.
It's Harvey down to the 22-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Up the middle they go. It's Harvey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who